So there's this weird story I was sent. A North Carolina woman accused of locking her boyfriend in the storage unit for 4 days.
Also new at 5:30, a North Carolina woman is wanted for attempted murder after allegedly locking her boyfriend in a storage unit for days. Investigators say she left him there without any food or water.
ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
This was the desperate call for help after a man spent days trapped inside a storage unit.
I've been locked in the storage unit for about a week now, and I just now found my phone.
Police say the 51-year-old...
Wait. He called? Is that him? He called out?
Locked in the storage unit for about a week now, and I just now found my phone.
Police say the 51-year-old was locked inside the locker by his girlfriend during an argument, the woman allegedly tricking him into looking for an item towards the back of the packed unit before proclaiming, "This is what you get," and slamming the door shut.
On some Sarah Boone shit. Sarah Boone somehow tricked the guy to get into a suitcase, lock himself inside a suitcase, and he died, suffocated. This chick, "Oh, hey, honey, go with that. Yeah, honey, go take a look at that."
She double locked my lock, and I don't know how she put me in here, but she put me in here.
It took 4 days without food, water, or power for the man to finally find his phone in the darkness, lost in the chaos of what detectives called a hoarder's paradise.
A hoarder's paradise.
Get out of here. I just can't breathe. I haven't had nothing to drink or anything.
Soon after the call, the man was freed and treated for dehydration. The girlfriend, 52-year-old Robin Deaton, is now wanted for kidnapping, false imprisonment, and attempted murder. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
I want to know what she looks like. So this happened February 2025 in Monroe, North Carolina, involving a man named Gary Oxendine and his girlfriend Robin Deaton. Initially, reports suggested that Deaton had locked Oxendine in the storage unit at a Cooper storage for several days without food and water. That led to Deaton's arrest on charges of attempted first-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping. However, the plot thickened when Oxendine later recanted his initial statements. He explained that he had fallen asleep in the storage unit, and Deaton, unaware of his presence, locked the door, thinking he had left. Oxendine described the charges against Deaton as bogus and expressed his desire for her release. Sound like some type of toxic situation, some type of whatever. Given these conflicting accounts, authorities decided to drop the charges against Deaton in early March 2025. This case serves as a reminder of the complexities and nuances that can arise in domestic situations, emphasizing the importance of thorough investigation. I think homeboy is lying and covering up for this chick, and he went back to mama. He ended up going back to mama, and he didn't want mama in trouble. This is what she looks like. I think this is her mugshot right here. Yeah, that's Deaton. Woman accused of locking her boyfriend up in the storage unit. He better be careful. He better sleep with one eye open. Mama's love. Robin Deaton, 52. How old is the guy? That's what I want to know. Oh, he's 51. Okay, I thought he was much younger. Boy, you better sleep with one eye open. Left his ass in the dark. How she forgot you in there for 4 or 5 days? Why are you falling asleep inside of a storage unit? Damn, really on some Sarah Boone stuff 2.0. And the fact that he was dehydrated, he could have died in there. If he didn't find a cell phone, we would have been talking about a body, bones.
We think it's an important reminder that men are also victims of domestic violence.
That's what Lieutenant Morgan Malone told us Tuesday, and it's an idea that Jesse Lindbergh agrees with.
It doesn't matter how big a man is and how small a woman is. An aggressive woman could be very dangerous.
Lindbergh is the executive director of Turning Point, a victim services center in Monroe, just minutes from the storage unit where the victim was found. She says domestic violence against men happens frequently. It's just not always shared.
Men don't want to report it because there's so much stigma against it.
Lindbergh said she's seeing some of that stigma in real time with this case.
I saw a lot of responses on social media where people thought it was funny, and it just hurts my heart.
She shared this example, a post on social media saying, quote, "Attempted murder, really, LOL?"
In a case like this that literally could have been deadly.
Yeah, he could have literally died. But when it comes to men, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. It's never serious. If this was the genders were reversed, and it was a woman that was locked up and some guy, there would have been outcry, you know, some outcry, or maybe if it was a black and white person, so whatever, you know what I'm saying?
People are still laughing about it.
Oh.
And so if I'm a man and I'm experiencing domestic violence and I'm already embarrassed and I already don't want to tell anybody,
I see.
who's going to come forward when this is kind of the response that you get from our society?
So is she single? Told a friend this story, and you know what this person told me? She said, but I wonder what he did. Why is it always like that? He almost died. What does it matter what he did? I feel like women are always like that. But what did he do? Yeah, she cut his phallus off. But what did he must have did something.